What's up, everybody? How's it going? Austin Practical Elevate Performance, coming at you live, looking like a bum. How's it going, everybody? Today, I'm going live. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Yeah, so I'm sick today, just a little sick, not super sick, but I still feel like ass, if I'm being honest. Still feel kind of like shitty. You guys know how that goes. And so I figured it'd be pretty on topic to talk about, what to do when you're sick. Should you work out when you're sick? And another reason why I want to talk about this is because a lot of my clients have been telling me like, hey, I feel like I've been feeling sick or under the weather, kind of run down and things like that. And it's just like, you know, just figured, with the season and everything, a lot of people getting sick, it'd be a good thing to talk about. So I apologize if I'm not as high energy as I usually am because I feel like I said, I feel like ass. So that's okay though. I there, other people have it worse than I do, so it's not a big deal. That being said, so let's talk about it. So let's say you're sick, and let's just throw the whole situation out the window of like, or let's not throw a situation out the window. Let's talk about it here for a sec. So like one one reason why you should not work out while you're sick. This is a big reason. This is the reason I want to get out of the way, because it's going to help lead into other things. You shouldn't work out when you're sick or go to a gym when you're sick because you're going to spread whatever you've got going on to other people. You're going to be touching things. You're going to be like, and you're going to be spreading germs. So one, just don't do that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was younger and I didn't think about that kind of stuff, and even like when I was earlier on in college, I didn't care if I was sick or not. I was like, I'm going to the gym. I'm getting my workout in. It's happening, and I didn't even think about spreading germs necessarily. I was just so focused on getting my workouts in. Hindsight, thinking about it now, it's kind of a dick move on my part to go to the gym and work out when I was sick in the past. Obviously, coronavirus wasn't happening, pandemic wasn't happening during back then, so it was less of a big deal per se. But still, keep that in mind. Like, you don't need to go to the gym whenever you're sick. And spreading germs and potentially getting other people sick. It's not cool. Again, I'm guilty of it. I've done it in the past too. So it's one of those things like just be mindful of that, and you might not even thought of that before. And now you're like, oh shit, like I was a jerk back then too for doing that. Now that I look at it, so keep that in mind. But let's say like you are sick. Let's toss the whole gym scenario out a situation. Let's say you have a home gym. Let's say that you've got you're going to work out from home, and you're not even thinking about going to the gym. So the whole spreading whatever you've got is a non-issue. Should you work out still when you're sick? Should you rest? Should you take a day off? And so I'm going to talk about why I think there's two things here. One thing to consider. There's a theory. Basically, it's like if it's from the throat or below, or if it's from the throat up, it's just mainly in your head. You're like stuffed up. You've got a cold or like a little sinus infection or something. In theory, you're probably good to work out. You're probably fine to work out. You're probably not going to, do any like damage or set yourself back too much. If it's just like a head cold or something like that, like that's fine. That's not a big deal. And so, typically if it's like, head or neck below and in like your lungs or it's like stomach issues or whatever, like you're thrown up kind of shit, like obviously like don't work out. Like that's kind of like the I guess a general guideline that you can kind of follow. But here's why I think that no matter what, you should not follow that. You should, if you're sick, don't push it. If you're feeling under like you're coming under the weather, don't push it. Because one, you don't know that whatever you've got going on in your head cold or whatever isn't just the beginning of something that's going to spread to be kind of lower in your body, in your lungs, or whatever it could be. Like that's one reason why I think that you should not um, work out. But also, like honestly, like at the end of the day, 1 or 2 days of missed workouts or subpar nutrition or whatever it may be isn't going to make or break your journey. It's not going to make or break unless you're like a week out from like a show or a physique show or a bodybuilding or a bikini competition or something like that, it's not going to be the end of the world. You're going to be fine missing a workout, or whatever, to let yourself recover. And why should you do that? One, you're going to have half-ass workouts anyways, probably, or you're going to end up making yourself even sicker, if you do go. So my advice, don't work out. Don't work out if you're sick. Don't push your body. Don't stress it out any more than it already is. Like, because you're just probably going to set yourself back even more and maybe get even more sick, because you didn't let yourself rest. And instead of it only taking a day or two for you to actually recover, now it's going to take you like, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, if not more, because you basically like beat up your immune system, and put like stress it out even more from working out. And so, whenever you're sick, sleep, like rest. And so I'm going to kind of talk about some tips for you guys in terms of what you should do instead of working out, if you are sick. And so some of those things are like main things: sleep. Make sure that you sleep plenty. Make sure that you rest plenty, because sleep, like actual like deep sleep, is directly related to immune system like function. Like your immune system is not going to operate properly if you don't get enough sleep. It's not, and your body's not going to recover. Your body heals itself and repairs itself when you're sleeping. So make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep. You're not staying up super late. You're like, get at least, especially when you're sick, at least 7 hours at least. Ideally, probably more along the lines of like anywhere from like 8 to 10, when you're sick. The other thing, so that's one. So sleep and rest. The other, number two, hydration, water intake. Make sure you're getting plenty of water. When you're sick, you're losing a lot more water than you normally would. When you're sick, your body, like in general, when you're healthy, your body needs adequate amount of water in order to function optimally and properly. But that especially holds true whenever you're sick. Whenever you're sick, depending on what you're sick with, you're probably losing a lot of fluids, especially if you've got like, you're throwing up, or you got diarrhea or something like that. You're gonna be losing a lot of fluids. So you need to make sure that you're getting plenty of water in. And even if you're like, like you're just like sneezing or whatever, and you've got like a sinus infection, you're still losing a shit ton of fluid from like blowing your nose and stuff. And so like you need to replenish those fluids, so that way your body can keep on keeping on, and properly like working through whatever you're dealing with. So keep that in mind too. Hydration, drink plenty of freaking water. On average, I drink anywhere from half a gallon to a gallon of water a day. When I'm sick, I probably bump it up to at least a gallon a day, at least, maybe even more, just because I'm so dehydrated and I feel like crap. And so, make sure you're doing that. Eat. Number three, eat plenty of food. Eat like, get plenty of adequate amount of protein in. Make sure that you're eating plenty of protein, so that way your body is getting the nutrients that it needs. Obviously, if you're sick, obviously, like, you might have a hard time getting food down, depending on what you've got going on. But eat. And, if you eat a little extra carbs during that time, that's not the end of the world either. Like, eat plenty of food, so that way your body's getting the nutrients that it needs to repair itself and to heal itself and to function properly again. And the other thing too is like, make sure that you're getting plenty of micronutrients in for, eating fruits and vegetables. Make sure you're eating, at least some of those while you're sick, because that's going to give your body the micronutrients it needs, in order to function properly again, and immune system properly function, like with zinc, certain B vitamins, magnesium, things like that, just to take into consideration. And if you don't think you're getting those in, take a multivitamin, to make sure that that's happening. And so, yeah. The other thing, last thing I'll say, is don't work out. Take a rest day. Do not work out. I already talked about that earlier, like what I advised or like suggested, like don't work out when you're sick. Like give your body a break. Your immune system's already stressed out. Your central nervous system's already stressed out. And you working out on top of all that, all this other stuff that it's trying to do to like fix you and to get rid of whatever virus or bacteria or disease that you're dealing with at the moment, like it's already super freaking stressed out. Like, don't push it. You're just going to tax your body even more, and you're going to set yourself back, even more. And you're basically like, skipping over $100 bills to pick up pennies at that point is like a decent analogy. Like to like try and think of it in that way, is like you're like, think of it as like, don't think of it as like a day lost. Think of it as a strategic day off, which is a win. So that way you can have more days of productivity in the future, rather than like half-ass workouts and half-ass nutrition and feeling like shit for like, multiple days. Take one day off, and then take 1 or 2 days off, and then have way more productive days because you're recovered. Don't like don't just have like half-ass workouts and things like that. Like double, triple, quadruple down on your rest, on your recovery. So that way you can get feeling better and back in action way faster than you probably would have if you would have just kept pushing yourself. So that's my life for today. That's my advice for you guys today. That's what I wish I didn't work out this morning. I didn't realize I was getting sick until after my workout happened, and I was like, oh crap, I'm not feeling too hot right now. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna regret that tomorrow. I'm probably gonna be really sore tomorrow, but I didn't know I was sick. So but who knows? It doesn't feel like that bad of a bug, but hopefully it'll be a short bug that I've got. But other than that though, that's my live for today. I hope that you guys got some value from this. I hope that if you're sick or if you're dealing with something right now and you don't feel too hot right now, that you heed my advice and that you don't work out and that you take a rest day or rest days and that you do all the things that I talked about, because it's going to help you out in the long run. Like, I was somebody that was always just like, nah, I got to get my workout in no matter what. But now that I understand why it was a bad idea, knowledge is power, and it kind of makes a lot of sense. So don't make the mistakes I made when I was younger, when it comes to your workouts and all that good stuff. So if you got value from this, give it a like. Let me know what your number one takeaway was in the comments down below. And if you're watching this later time, #replay. Feel free to share this with people or tag anybody in this right now who's sick or who doesn't listen and still works out whenever they're sick, and needs somebody to tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. So that's my life for today. Also, I've started posting stuff on TikTok again. I don't know if anybody has a TikTok, but if you do, comment with your username and I'll give you a follow, or follow me at Prect Elevate. It's something I'm trying to do a little bit more of here in my free time, just because I don't know, I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. I've been posting some goofy like shit on there that I think people might like. So anyways, that's my life for today. Have a great one, everybody. Tomorrow's check-in day. I'm excited for it, and hopefully I'll be feeling a hell of a lot better than I'm feeling today. Talk to you guys later. Talk to you tomorrow.